Hey everybody, welcome to the FN Studios. I am John Ramdeen alongside Robin Black. UFC 205 in the books. We saw the welterweight championship between Tyron Woodley and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. A sensational battle over the course of 25 minutes. Tyron Woodley leaving Madison Square Garden as the welterweight champion. And Dana White said it. I think the entire world expects that this fight is going to happen again.
Yeah, let's do it again. I mean, it was awesome. It was super killer. It's interesting. We're going to probably for many days, we're going to tie things back to Conor McGregor, but there's an interesting comparison in this fight.
Of course.
We saw McGregor go and show how you can exploit the old structure, the old prototype. And in this one, Wonderboy, we expected him to do that, but Woodley made adaptations. You're not what you are forever. Woodley was an explosive, powerful wrestler boxer. Yeah, except for he decided he also wanted to understand spatial manipulation. He also wanted to change his game. He wanted to grow as a martial artist. And just in that short time, he adapted in ways that he could deal with the challenge. McGregor showed you how manipulating space and playing with time can beat the old school. Wonderboy tried it and got a draw. Didn't quite get it done.
And that's the thing. I mean, Tyron Woodley, he can use that old technology right now because we've seen, based on his genetics, he can get from point A to point B faster than you can sometimes use space. And that was part of the issue in that fight with Stephen Thompson. So when he looks at things objectively, what type of adjustments do you believe he needs to make in order to leave the next venue with the championship?
I think Woodley, even though obviously he did the more damage, he has way more adjustments to make because Wonderboy is going to make enormous jumps from having experienced that already, experienced Woodley at his best. There's also an element where if we're comparing the Conor performance to both Woodley and Wonderboy's performances against each other, there's an element of your ability to perform at your highest, your ability to be out there and express freely. McGregor did that. Alvarez did not. Wonderboy didn't quite do it. And Woodley didn't quite do it. So we saw a fight where neither one was able, whereas in McGregor versus Alvarez, we saw somebody out there just free to do what he wanted, and the other one limited by mental challenges as well as physical and technological challenges. So we got to do this one again. And I really was impressed with Woodley. When I watched it back on Sunday, you just saw what a great fighter he is, what a great athlete he is, and what a great martial artist Tyron Woodley has become. And Stephen Wonderboy did not have his best fight. He made some bad choices, but you credit Woodley with those bad choices. Woodley created the scenario in which Wonderboy would make those bad choices.
What's cool about it is I had a chance to look yesterday about Tyron Woodley and his career and the things that he's already done in mixed martial arts, because I'm quite surprised that people haven't taken to this guy, that he isn't a bigger star. And is it just simply because he doesn't talk up a game, that he plays a different part than maybe Conor McGregor? I mean, we look at Daniel Cormier, and we've talked about it before. He's trying to get the fans' acceptance, and they're just not on board. You look at Tyron Woodley, after 2-0 as a mixed martial arts professional, joins Strikeforce, goes on a huge run, defeats Nathan Coy, Andre Galvao, defeats Tarek Saffiedine and Paul Daly, and then Jordan Meehan, fights Nate Marquardt for the Strikeforce welterweight championship, falls short in his bid to become the 170-pound champion, then joins the UFC, loses to Jake Shields by split decision, loses to Rory McDonald, but his wins, Koscheck, Carlos Condit, Dong Young Kim, Kelvin Gastelum, knocks out Robbie Lawler, and has this amazing performance against Stephen Thompson.
Yes, and he should be very proud of this performance, and I think he feels like, damn it, we didn't get through this. But the growth that's going to come from Woodley from this fight is going to be massive. And all of these fighters now are going to understand, as they're looking at everything changing and having to admit, okay, the game is different. Some of the things that our coaches are telling us have been limiting us, and we need to change. Doesn't mean we can just do whatever we want and throw it all out, but at the same time, we've built a limited menu that we have been convinced works, and it is the ability to operate outside of that is beating us. Woodley freed his mind in that fight. Woodley freed his mind and experienced new things and fought in a different way. And Woodley's growth from this point on is going to be massive, but so is Wonderboy's, and that's why we got to do it again.
I'm interested to know if Tyron Woodley and his team at Rufus Sport will pick up where they left off, and maybe the formula has not been really figured out, and the rematch, I think, will probably just be as thrilling as the first fight.